Taurus, welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 18th to the 24th of September. How you doing? You're just about to step into your summer period, yeah? So, you should feel things really sort of stepping up a gear and stuff like that. What have you got? The overall energy, justice, balance and harmony within your life. And also there's a question of sort of like, it's like here is where it's stepping up to a degree. It makes you feel like you're getting your just desserts, I think, here more than anything else. From your hard work. It could be within your relationships as well. You're getting exactly the sort of thing you're desiring, you're wanting. Overall energy, really beautiful for the harmonious sort of future, really. Getting into step, that's the feeling I get from it more than anything else. On your karmic message, get ready to rock and roll. Yes, on your karmic message, I think it's you that's got to offer out your heart here. Sorry, Taurus. I'm not sorry at all. I think that's a great thing. Once you engage in love and stuff like that, it's absolutely fantastic. So I would, if you've been thinking about something and saying, wanting to say something to someone, go ahead and do it. Your karmic mission here this week is to bring forth your love or your cup of heart's desires into the reality that is around you in all your relationships that are about you. That is your karmic mission. So I wouldn't think twice about saying things. I would just say it. Certainly if it's coming from the heart. Certainly if it's coming from the heart. How's the universe trying to help you? Look at this. This is brilliant. This is what I'm telling you about. Step up. You're stepping into your summer period. The universe is, if you're engaging with your heart here, and if you really start allowing it to just naturally flow out of you, that's when the universe can really help you out and kick in this change of fortune within your relationship side. I haven't actually seen your relationship side being that bad. I think it's more of a case of that it's like it's stepping up again. That's what it's doing here, Taurus. I think your love life's stepping up a gear. Yeah, so you have been patient, and I've seen this over the last 2 or 3 weeks. The energy hasn't been brilliant. If you've been watching the energy updates on Cymatic TV, on our sister channel, you will understand that the energy has not been easy. It's been flowing and then stopping, and then torrents and then stopping, and it's been very spit and spurty sort of energy at the moment. So and I think you've been very patient about this. I think you've been patient about how you put yourselves in your relationships basically that are around you. Having patience not only with yourself, but I think with the world around you. I think that's where you're coming from. In your future self and how you're encouraging yourself on, I think with that patience, you've probably learned a lot of lessons. You've probably understood about certain relationships that are worth investing in and not worth investing in. And this is where you've got to start putting your heart into the things that really matter. It's starting off on that journey. That person there has got that wand. They're ready to rock and roll. And this is where you should be doing it as well. You should be engaging in a way that's going to make you rock and roll as you go down the future. And I get like that you're almost, it's like because you've got the change of, you've got the Wheel of Fortune on the universe side, how the universe is trying to, the world around you. It's not just energy here. It's the world around you that's really sort of like trying to get the best out of life for you. If you engage with your heart. And I almost think that you're protected in this sort of sense. If you engage with your heart, you're going to find it hard to put a foot wrong. Basically, I think that's where it's coming from. Overall, you're just getting this general protection that is around you. And what's the overall outcome? Victory, a crowning of your situation in regards to your relationships. Absolutely brilliant. If you're thinking about saying something to someone, asking someone out for a meal, or going to the cinema, or going for a walk, or whatever it is, if you're thinking about asking someone out, or trying to provoke a new chapter within your own personal relationship at the moment, I wouldn't hold back. I would just allow it to flow out if I was you, because it's the more you put out, the more you're going to get back. That's the thing on your relationships front. And it's going to make life so much easier for you, and it's going to give you that sort of bubbly energy that's going to help you on your financial side as well. It's going to make life a lot easier in all senses of the word. On your karmic mission, on your material side, you get the world. It is for you to engage here on a new cycle. I think this is, I think you've been in your financial side as well. It's certainly been changing a lot, and I think last week was a really good reading as well, in that sort of sense. And you're getting into this whole new cycle where everything is going to be available to you. You have everything at your fingertips to start something new. This could be a new job. This could be a new business. This could be taking your business to another level, or applying for that promotion within that job. Whatever it is, there's you are engaging this, or you are creating this new cycle, this step up within you. Yeah, the energy is playing into your favour at the moment. There is no doubt about it. But at the same time, you know, if you engage in it, you're going to get the results. And they're going to come in very quickly, apparently. The universe is sort of saying, here, this is brilliant. You know, if you look here, right, you've got, on your karmic message on your relationship side, you've got the you've got the Knight of Cups. And on the, on your work side, you've got the World. And then the universe is helping you with the Wheel of Fortune and now the Chariot. This is it, where you're stepping into your summer. You're getting this boost, as it were, in your energies. And I would really encourage it if I was you. Start singing your own praises. Start engaging. I don't know about taking risks, possibly, because in business and in job and stuff like that, there is a bit of risk taking here, and I think it's worth taking. You know, if you really want it, it's worth taking. From the past, this is very similar to the Temperance card. You've had a pause, which has brought into you a bit of healing sort of situation and stuff like that. And it's regrouping you basically. And it's a blessing in disguise when life has encouraged you or enforced you to slow down, as it were, around you. And I think that's what's happened over the past sort of like 2 or 3 weeks, in respect to yourself. And that is like a blessing, because then you can see things in a completely different way at the moment. Whatever you're working towards at the moment, what is the future? How are you sort of like, how's the best way that you can encourage your own self into your future? 3 of Wands, preparing for that journey or going on that journey. I think here is like your future self is sort of saying to you, your guides are sort of saying to you, don't hang around. Stop procrastinating. If you're going to want to do it, just go ahead and do it. And when you've got that inside you, inside your, you know, when you've got that bee in that bonnet, you know, there's no stopping you, Taurus. There's no stopping you. And I think now is the time. You know, now is the time. And that's what I said, it's going to bring harmony and justice back into your life in a really, really beautiful way. I think it feeds in from your relationship side more than anything else. And that gives you the encouragement to really head off and explore on your financial side. What's the overall outcome? Working on the things that work, basically. And I think this is what's coming in very quickly as well. What's coming in here over this coming week, I think if you noticed what is working for you, in what you push, the doors you're pushing in your life in regards to your material path, on your business, your project, or in your job or whatever. Whatever you're pushing at the moment, if you recognise, and it's going to come in very quickly, the moment you understand and feel that that's going to work, I would then start pushing that. And I wouldn't hold back. I wouldn't procrastinate, basically, with that 3 of Wands. That's the thing that could hold you back. But there is certain choices here as well that are leading up into the future. You may have 3 or 4 things that are working at the moment, or certain aspects of your business or your job that you have to choose between one aspect or another. That's the sort of sensation I'm getting from. And basically, it's what is working well for you at the moment. This is a whole new cycle, a whole new step up for you. Let's just see what's going on. Let's just see. Let's do a bit of clarification with the Light Seers cards. Thank you very much for being here, Taurus, by the way. It seems like we're coming out of that August section into September, where we're really starting to get into flow with the energy again now. There's been major repositioning and understandings that have been at the beginning of September, and now we're really getting back into that flow. So, I hope you get the best out of these readings. I really do. And thank you very much for being here and everything like that. There's loads of links in the description below if you want to sort of join me on workshops or support me in any sort of way you see fit, and it'd be absolutely lovely. Let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers cards. I think out of this harmony, out of this thing where you got a sensation that things are starting to flow in your direction, this is where you can open that pathway to your pleasures through your passions. And I think this pleasures is not just necessarily on your relationship side. I also believe it's on your financial side. I think the financial side needs a bit more work more than anything else. Maybe a little bit more sort of like va-va-voom, as they would say in adverts over in the UK. A bit of sort of like, there's lovely birds just flying up and down this river at the moment. A little bit of, a little bit of nyack. Nyack? That's a French word as well. A little bit of sort of passion, sort of fire in your belly, that sort of thing. I think if once you start engaging with that and you feel it, and you can feel certain aspects of your life that would benefit from that sort of like input, then you're gonna come out with a situation on your financial side which is going to open a lot of doors, which you're going to have to choose from which one. Which path you want to take and this new pathways you're going down. On your karmic mission, on your relationship side, you're walking away from something, towards something. And I think it's because you're offering something here. And I think you're walking away from the old you, basically. The old you that may not have necessarily opened up your heart. And now it's a case of where you're just sort of kind of going, yep, I'm going to open it up. And you're going into new areas that it's new areas that you've never been in before. It's a pathway of discovery. There is no doubt about it. The universe is bringing you, the Wheel of Fortune is backed up by the King of Wands. This is driving that passion. You've got that Page of Wands, so the overall energy is opening that pathway for you. And the King of Wands here is almost like the universe is sort of saying, and now own it. And I think this is what it's sort of saying about opening up your heart and saying things to the universe around you with that Knight of Cups. I think that's really important. And when you do, I think you're going to really own the situation and feel really good about your situation. Wherever you come from the Temperance card, you've got the Seven of Wands. Yeah, as I said, I think the last sort of two or three weeks you've been in protection mode, looking after yourself, not really putting yourself out there, not risking anything really more than anything else. And now you're starting to risk it. Now you're starting to open up. With the Nine of Wands, you get the Two of Swords. I think this has to tie in with that there. The offering that you're making to the world around you. I just dropped that card, so the offering that you're making to the world around you, and you're walking away from something and towards something, and you're making a choice this week, and it's not. I don't think it's the easiest of choices, but you're making a choice. It's like you're taking a stance. Yeah, you're taking a stance in your relationships. And it's sort of like, it's almost sort of saying, no, I'm not accepting that because I want that. And that's where you let your heart out. You can say, look, I want this out of life. And I think this is where it's going to suit you. It's going to provide for you a lot for the going future. Let's just see what's going on with the Ace of Swords here. This comes out with a victory. I think if you do turn around and say, no, I'm not accepting that rubbish. I want the best and I want this. Don't take second best, and then you get judgment. This is your calling in regards to your relationships. I think once you start specifying that within your relationships and saying what you don't want, and then allowing your heart to say what you do want, that's when you're going to get those victories and that sensation of winning in all the senses. But also at the same time, you're going to realize that this is your pathway. This is what you should be doing. This is where you should be going. And you'll know it, and you'll know it within you. Let's just see what's going on your financial sort of side. You got the World card there. You got the Chariot again. It's changing very quickly, and I think you've got to provoke this change. You've got to engage it. You've got to create this new cycle. Don't rest on your laurels, basically. Yeah, don't rest on your laurels. The World card has every element. The world gives us everything. It's also stepping through a portal from one dimension to another, and it's coming in very quickly in your life. How's the universe influencing you with that Chariot card, with strong, very quick victories? It's also encouraging you to play smarter, and that ties into that Two of Pentacles at the top there. You know, there is a certain degree of procrastination, which is good, and wait and see. I think you need to provoke things and see how they pan out. Yes, because there is decisions that at some point you need to make. I also think this is the other thing I'm getting here. So it's coming in very quickly. Stuff in your life and the victories in your life and stuff like that. And the changes in your life as well. It's been brought into your life. So it could be brought into a sense that, you know, let's say you're building a house. And all of a sudden there's this new product that comes out that changes the way in which you build the house. And you've got to make this decision because you're building the house. You've got to make this decision very quickly to sort of say, right, I'm going to incorporate that new material into the building of the house. I can do it. It's going to need sort of quick changes, that sort of thing. It's reacting to the moment, which is really important for you. And all of a sudden, that's going to stand you out, make you stand out in compared with everything that is around you. Okay? Let's just see what's going on with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, you get the High Priestess. I think this pause and everything like that, exactly what I said earlier on, helped you to sort of stop, take a look and take stock of what was going on around you. You know, basically, from your inner vision, what is happening within your career path, in your business or your projects or whatever it is. And I think here is like, you've understood that within you because you've taken that time out to look at it. Yeah? With the Three of Wands, you get the Tower cards. I think this is really good, I think, in a way. I think this is where, you know, I said at the beginning you should be stopping procrastinating, and I think that's totally true. But at the same time, I don't think you should be making decisions until they're on your doorstep. Yeah, entertain the things, but I think you've already entertained that in the past there. I think you've already entertained that within your spirit over the past sort of like 2 or 3 weeks. It's pretty clear about what you want out of it. And it's now the reaction of the world that is around you, which is going to make you see what happens. It's, you know, Schadenfreude, which is a German word, which means the taking the pleasures at the expense of others, right? So it's like someone comes along beside the pool, they sit down in a chair, and the canvas splits in the chair, and they fall into the chair, and everybody laughs. That's Schadenfreude. You know, the misfortune of others, laughing at the misfortune of others. And I don't think it's that, but in a way, what I think it is because you know, I think it's a case of. Say like it's like another business goes out of business. One of your competitors goes out of business, and all of a sudden, that provides you with a lot of new business coming into your business. Now the problem is growing too quickly in a business. You don't want that. You want a nice steady growth in anything you do, really, in regards to the material world. A nice steady growth, and I think that's where that's sort of like, hang on. Don't just try and, you know, don't bite off more than you can chew, basically. That's why there's decisions out of this whole thing. And I think that Tower is more a case of what's happening in the outside world rather than what's happening in your world, you know. And the overall outcome, and this is where you do it, this is you're manifesting this through what you're choosing to do, yeah? And you're creating that Ten of Cups. You're creating that happiness after difficulty. You're creating that seeing the reality for what it is as you go forward. Tricky week on the financial side, really. Simply because it could well be a bit turbulent around you. It's not necessarily your fault, but it's certainly very turbulent. We've got 2 chariots in here, and things are really changing very, very quickly within your life. So as things change around you, it's going to need you to make decisions really quite quickly. But in a way, you almost don't have to go anywhere. It's all going to come to you. That's the way I sort of see it. And you've got the overall energy here is telling you to sort of keep calm, allow your passions just to flow. When you feel it, do it, basically. There you go, Taurus. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Hope you got the best out of all of these readings. Don't forget you've got the energy update coming up on Cymatic TV as well. Our sister channel linked in the description below. That'll be coming out this weekend as well. In the meantime, all that's left for me to say is, yeah, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.